Boop. Hey.
Ha ha! There it is. Do you need to turn on the microphone?
It's on.
It's on?
Right.
There we go.
Meet my friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
On.
Okay, cool. Bam! We got live.
Mm-hmm.
So then I guess I should make this official. Make a honest people out of us here.
Hold on a second.
Oh, wait.
Okay, there we go.
Now we go. Okay. So then live from La Cocina Studios. Oh, that feels good.
Yeah, your system?
Yeah.
Feel better?
It's a 259th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. And this is Abel.
This is Travis.
Hey! Back to the originals.
Yeah, the OGs.
The OGs of HWR. You're wearing your HWR shirt. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. How to support the brand, right?
Yeah, well, I'm more jealous of the hat that you're wearing right now. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. You already got yours. I ordered mine immediately after the World Series. Everybody was putting on that hat. I was like, I want that hat. I went on MLBshop.com, ordered it, still haven't got it yet.
Yeah, well, it's probably backed up.
It probably is.
Yeah,
yes.
probably so.
$37 fucking dollars.
$37?
$37 fucking dollars.
That's with tax, right?
No.
What?
No.
For this one? No.
Yeah.
I saw it. It was like 32 or something like that.
I know. On MLBshop.com now it's 27. When I bought it immediately following the World Series, while everybody's still on the field celebrating, $37.99.
God bless capitalism.
That's what I get for being a mark.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, hey, welcome everybody.
Yes.
If you are joining us live, thank you so much. I will pull up the thing here on my smartphone, which I should have already done, but I didn't. So shame on me.
Don't adjust your sits.
Yes.
Says Travis is not Chris or what's that guy's name?
Arnold.
Arnold. Yes. It's not Arnold.
If you're joining us in the live chat, thank you. You could talk shit, ask us questions, fact check us, whatever. If you
check him.
If you put it here in the old smartphone, I'll see it and I'll try to involve you in the show the best as I can. If you're not watching us live, that's okay. You can still interact with us on Facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio or on Twitter at H Wrestling Radio, or you could just leave a comment right here in the YouTube.
Where?
Well, right here in the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and give us a thumbs up too. We appreciate that. Yeah. All right. Oh, hey, we already have Robert. What's up, Robert Medlin?
I remember that guy.
Yeah. He said Pete Dunne's finished the bitter end. Yeah. That's
a weird way to start a conversation, but yeah.
Let's see. Somebody logged in as Houston Wrestling Radio said, "Where are the real Mexicans at?" And that wasn't me that typed that. So I'm guessing Arnold and or Chris logged in and said that under our own accounts. So yes, where are the Mexicans at? Well, the Mexicans are at a.
It's too dark to be mowing grass, right?
It's too dark outside. Daylight savings. You can't mow grass at this hour. No, they're at a concert.
The hell you say?
Yes,
Chris
at
a concert?
Chris at a concert as well as Arnold. I don't know who all else is playing aside from the band that they went to go see, which is called Thrice. But I know there's some other bands, and I don't know. Music, I don't know.
It's like me in sports ball.
You're wearing the hat.
Gotta be a bandwagoner, right?
So we're back here at La Cocina Studios, back with Travis, back in the fucking saddle.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how long we can get you for this time. Is this just a one-off?
An hour and 59 minutes. That's all you got.
We are on a timer, folks.
By the way.
There's
a 2-hour limit. Now you've already wasted a minute.
Shit. Okay. Well, I guess your time is precious. So, what the hell have you been up to? You got anything you got to shill? Anything you got to plug? You son of a bitch.
I'm a busy man.
You're a busy man?
Not really.
No.
Okay.
Well, this is your shot. Do whatever you're gonna do.
Ooh. Okay. So
yeah.
I got the rings.
It's Circa Survive, Chon, and Blanche and Composure or Balance and Composure. I don't know.
That must be Arnold.
Yeah, that's got to be Arnold. He knows.
Chris wouldn't care enough to tell that.
Who's the white guy? Don't know. I didn't know whites were allowed. LOL. Welcome back, Travis. Thank you. Thank you, Juan23. That was Juan.
Oh,
so you're getting some love.
Yeah.
All right. So plug away with whatever you got to do. I'm going to pimp this out on Facebook real quick.
So some of you may or may not know, besides when I was still on this show full time, also another podcast.
Long time ago.
So we're not episode like 200 anymore.
Well, yeah. It's like 250.
Yeah.
Something.
Okay. So I did another podcast called Pop Culture Rewind. We talk about movies, TV shows back in the 90s, 80s, things like that. Kind of taking a little break on that one for now. I'm getting back in the wrestling game though.
The hell you say?
The hell I say, yes. Myself and that other guy that's not here,
Chris.
Chris, yes, he will be joining me. We're gonna be calling the show Wrestling Relapse. Now, why was it called the Wrestling Relapse? You say.
Why is it called Wrestling Relapse, Travis?
I'm glad you asked. So the reason it's called the Wrestling Relapse is because if you're like myself, you like wrestling, but then you get fed up with it and you say you're never gonna watch it again. And then what happens?
That happens a lot. And then you quit the podcast when you're supposed to be.
You try to quit cold turkey.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
I don't know. Apparently, you go rogue and make your own goddamn podcast.
It's like a bad drug. You get
you son of a bitch. What are you doing?
You hit a wrestling relapse, right?
Okay.
So see, it's a gimmick. You like the gimmick?
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you
so
did
that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be your intervention for your relapses. So we're gonna be talking about all the cool things that, even the stuff you hate about wrestling.
The not cool things.
Yeah. So if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, or that's the time frame that you like wrestling, that's what mainly we're gonna be talking about.
Okay.
If there's a storyline going on right now in wrestling, say the storylines are under siege.
Where's Dingy? I didn't bring Dingy. God damn it. Ding.
The third trifecta is missing.
Yeah.
If stuff like that's irritating right now, we go back and look at the better aspects of things,
Okay.
Like I said, Under Siege, it's a perfect example right now,
Right.
But there's been better exampple of invasion type storylines. So that might be an episode that we're going to be doing. So stuff like that. We'll be doing commentaries on classic episodes, talking smack during the match. So that's gonna be fun. Doing reviews, we'll be doing top 10s, things like that. But if you subscribe to Houston Wrestling Radio's iTunes feed or just do the audio downloads, we'll be kind of sneaking in a little pilot episode of Wrestling Relapse.
Sneaky.
It'll probably be in a few days. So keep an eye on that. I do have a Facebook page, facebook.com/
Also,
There we
brand new computer as well. So
By
it's
the way.
like trying to boot up and restart everything and wants to do updates and all this shit. We're like, no,
That's why it's
stop.
late. That's
Let's
why
do
it's
the show.
late. That's not because of me. That's
Yeah, it's
because
because
of
of
the
me.
new computer.
Because the new computer and it's wanting to do things.
So anyway, like I was saying, Wrestling Relapse, go to facebook.com/ Wrestling Relapse. Check it out. Do a like so you'll be informed of any.
Did you say do a like?
Yes, I did. Do a like.
Do a like.
Click it, like. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. So
Yeah. Can y'all wish my mom a happy birthday? Her name is Doreen. Doreen, happy birthday. You have a good son because he tunes into Houston Wrestling Radio.
does she listen to the show?
I don't know.
Did she watch the show?
I don't know.
I hope so.
Well, I know he watches the show.
Okay. So you can take that little clip and then email it to her. Is that what you're gonna do?
And she knows how to email.
Oh.
My mom doesn't know how to email.
Yeah, well. But your mom's nice, so it's okay.
My mom is nice. She's a very nice lady.
Yeah.
All right. So
Enough of that.
you
So
treacherous son of a bitch doing your own wrestling stuff. But
it's not competition.
That's true.
It is
Because
not.
it's stuff in the past.
Yes.
Which kind of suits you because the stuff that you liked was all the stuff from years ago.
What was the one thing that I would always do when I was here? I would just talk about how it was
compared to whatever. So
Yeah.
that makes total sense for you. I think that's a good fit.
So I had my little platform that I had for like a few seconds.
If
Now I do a
anything,
little show.
this will be complimentary to HWR. HWR, you get the stuff going on right now. But on Wrestling Relapse, you get from the old school.
See, this is
So
all
it
the
makes
bad.
sense.
This is all the bad stuff here. All the good stuff is on Wrestling Relapse.
Apparently. All right, well, let's talk about the bad stuff because that's why we're here today.
Yes, because
All right.
remember, you're
Yes,
on
I'm
time.
on a time crunch. Okay, bad stuff. Let's go chronological order.
Whatever that is.
All right.
Yeah.
NXT.
Oh, okay. You know, I have substance in. I did watch it.
Yeah, you watched it?
I've been trying to still watch stuff, even though I wasn't on the show. So I've been trying to stay informed with things.
Yeah, so you have something to bitch about, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
always. Come on,
All right.
have you met me?
Now see, this was the last thing that I watched, even though this is the first thing that happened chronologically. But I thought I wasn't gonna have a match of the week until I saw this match.
Okay, what's that?
Eichner versus Gargano. Holy shit, that's my match of the week.
Really
That's my match of the week.
interesting.
Okay. Going into the match, there wasn't any build. No, like, okay,
Right,
Eichner, you know, so okay, Gargano versus some jobber so that you could get a little bit more shine on Gargano on whatever he's doing. He took out that one tag team, whatever. Now, you know, you need to give him some wins.
Right.
Okay, fine. Gargano without DIY, it's been kind of meh. Okay, but let's. I could see that. Well, at least before the match started, I could see how this was. All right, let's give him some chumps to shine him up, you know, and then we'll shove him into some other storyline somewhere else. Yeah. Maybe Ciampa comes back, whatever. Okay, fine. So Eichner, all right, CWC guy, he got bounced early. I'm not sure if he was the first round or second round, something like that. He got bounced early, but he still looked good. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm willing to give this a shot.
Right.
Throughout the duration of the match, I was cheering for Eichner. I wanted Eichner to beat Gargano, even though I'm thinking, oh, this is obvious. This is just food for Gargano, just feeding him a jobber.
He's hungry.
Yeah, I mean, this no bones about it. I really honestly thought that Gargano was going to win easy peasy, and that's it. Okay, but instead of this match putting shine on Gargano, making Gargano look better, I did a fucking 180, and I was like, no, I want to cheer for this Eichner guy. When Gargano did the crossbody, Eichner caught him. Bam, power slam. That was beautiful. The pop-up vertical suplex into a backbreaker. The backbreaker into a power bomb. Fuck, man. I was marking the fuck out for Eichner. And then that little bit creeped in where I'm like, well, Gargano's still gonna win. All right, whatever. You shined up this kid good, so but then he won, and I was like, "Holy shit! What the hell?"
Did you throw your table up in the air? You flipped the table?
Yes, I flipped the table. I didn't flip the table. I'm too weak to flip the table. That's why I suck at my job. But dude, I was surprised, and by the end of the match, I didn't care how I felt about Gargano. I cared all about Eichner. Holy shit. They got me thinking that, oh, man, it's all about Gargano. And then they said, oh, no, you need to look at this kid. Yeah. And then the finish slapped me in the face and said, no, you really need to look at this kid. And it did its job.
All right. Well, that's a very detailed description of the match.
Hey, it was my match of the week.
Fair enough.
All right. Match of the week.
So okay, let me verify this. Hasn't Gargano been on a losing streak lately?
Well, he beat those tag team guys. I don't even remember the name of that fucking tag team. Some generic ass fucking tag team. I don't remember their names, but yeah, he beat them.
Okay, well,
or at least one of them, I think.
Here's the thing: I may have a unpopular opinion when it comes to old Gargano.
Oh, Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay. I
don't care about him anymore. Like. Him and Ciampa and DIY.
Okay,
that was a cohesive unit that they complemented each other, and there was enough chemistry in there where even when they actually did split, I remember because we were trying to get them to split like a year before it actually happened.
Right.
And they actually finally split to a good story that now it just so happened that Ciampa hurt himself this freaking same night that they did the turn.
But they finally did the turn.
Yeah. So to me, that kind of killed any kind of momentum or any kind of that I had about Gargano.
Okay.
Not only that, look, if you know me, like one thing I like about wrestling is presentation, and one of them is like entrances and like music and stuff like that. That whatever that thing is that he comes out to every week. That ain't working for me. I don't know what that is.
You don't like his music?
No. That's like strike one right there.
Okay.
Strike two is the to me he seems to lose a lot. I don't know, and he struggles to win, and he's got that. I know what they're doing. It's kind of like the Sami Zayn, like the lowball loser type thing, and it's just he can't lose and be effective.
But you could only have done that with so many wrestlers,
right?
And for so long a period of time. Right. You did it with Sammy, and goddamn, it like that wore out its welcome.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna do that on Gargano, dude. I'm feeling you on this. I understand what you mean,
and
maybe that was part of the reason why I was so quick to jump on the Eichner bandwagon.
And lastly, on that was because of Ciampa is like waiting in the wings when he gets back. I
Yeah.
feel like all this other stuff that Gargano's doing
nothing matters until
yeah.
Ciampa comes back
Yeah.
for Gargano. Yeah, nothing matters.
So
Which is why I thought it would have been a good idea for them to feed a bunch of people to Johnny Wrestling to make him look good for whenever Ciampa does come back and be like, hey, you're the one who lost me all those matches. Yeah, well, since you've been gone, I've been Mr. Big Shit. Yeah, well, let's fight about it. And then boom, there's a fight. But now it's like, he's going to come back. You're the guy who lost me all those matches. Yeah, well, I suck anyway, so I'm going to walk away hanging my head. So like,
I can tell you this. I was talking to Chris about it. He has an interesting.
Ryan says, "What the fuck is Travis?"
Yeah. Well, is that the actual question?
Well, they said,
it's Travis.
What the fuck?
Oh. It's Travis.
It's
yes.
Travis! Exclamation point.
So he missed the intro.
He missed you. Well, and he misses you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can understand why. I'm a likable guy.
So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
unlike Gargano,
yeah, fuck that guy. So, Chris has an interesting take on it. I'm not going to spoil what he's going to say. So if you bring that up next week or whatever,
bring it up next week.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got his own take on it.
Okay.
So it's not my match of the week, mainly because I just fast forward the whole damn thing. Reason being is because I want to see what happened at the main event, because I knew that was finally the episode that they announced War Games. So I wanted to see how that came about. Mm-hmm. And god damn, if it wasn't spoiled like 2 months ago or whenever it was, it would have been really cool. But I was like, oh, well, okay, here we go.
Yeah. So I feel you.
What's the steps to get to the point where I've been trying to watch for the past like 2 months that they announced it? And
I get it.
Yeah. And I don't know, like I've been watching NXT, but I haven't really been following NXT, if that makes any sense. Like it's like it's a background. Noise.
You catch it when you catch it. If you miss half of it, you missed half of it.
Yeah. Okay, so like Authors of Pain and Sanity, it's like they're fighting for the. Here's the thing, man. I think I was thinking about this last week. NXT's tag team division, to me, just once DIY and Revival went away, it's just kind of. I don't care anymore. To a lesser extent, TM61, totally forgot about them.
Yeah, one of them got injured, right?
Right, yeah. So now it feels like your tag team division is Authors of Pain and Sanity. And now with the Red Dragon.
The Undisputed Era.
Yeah. Did you ever tell the story on the show about when we first saw the T-shirts? You thought it was the T-shirt for the band?
No, I never said that. All right.
I'm putting you on blast, motherfucker.
Yeah, I fucking forgot about that. All right. So me, Travis, Chris, and our friend Scott the Scott, we're all in a group chat on Messenger entitled The Four Horsemen, of course, because and was it Scott sent us the picture of the T-shirt, and I said, oh, I guess they're not gone. And he was like, what the fuck you mean they're not gone? They just got here. I go, no, well, there was rumors that they would have left. And like, there was this whole weird ass conversation.
It was a long ass conversation.
Because all I saw on the shirt was CFO. And I thought it was the CFOs, the people who write the fucking music, who like a week prior, I saw on the interwebs on News with the Z that they were gone because they didn't want to, work with the WWE anymore or some shit. I was like, oh, well, they gave him a shirt. That must have bribed him to stay here. And they, like, you and Chris and Scott all knew that it was for the fucking, Undisputed Era. So, like,
I was letting that conversation ride as long as I could.
You were just sitting back eating your fucking popcorn while me and Scott were, like, confusing the shit out of each other. Like, no, they were supposed to be gone. What do you mean they're supposed to be gone? What do you mean they don't want to work with WWE? They didn't like their entrance music? That doesn't make any sense. They probably got their entrance music. And, like, we were going back and forth. And it was fucking ridiculous.
It was funny to me.
It was funny. Once we finally fucking figured it out, that it was like, no, CFO, Cole Fish O'Reilly.
Oh.
Wait, why are they calling the Undisputed Era? What? I don't get it.
Yeah, that is stupid. In your defense, that was like when they first debuted. So it was kind of,
it was dumb. Robert Medlid says that tonight's NXT was really good.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll watch that. Good. I'm not the only one. He also says, I thought the same thing when I saw the shirt. Thank you, Robert. Thank you.
He's just being
crazy.
nice. He's just
not crazy.
Just tell him you're being nice, all right?
Crazy.
You're going crazy.
I know. Okay.
Yes.
The match itself, the tag match itself. Were you enjoying it?
I mean, it was a good back and forth type thing, but it wasn't really. Again, I was like, "Where's the shit that's gonna start this war game stuff?" I was trying to figure out how
You were ready to bust that nut. You didn't care about the foreplay.
I guess.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, because I knew that the teams were already lined up, but I was like, how does Roderick Strong and Authors of Pain versus Sanity versus the CFOs all like how does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I've been watching the last couple of weeks with them teasing Strong joining their group, and I was like, they're okay. He's blowing them off right now, but clearly
It's not going to be blown off.
Yeah, it's
eventually.
if they don't do that at the pay-per-view, it'd be kind of weird. Like,
Right.
Because Roderick Strong, what is he doing? Like,
Right.
what does Chris say? What's a Roderick Strong?
Yeah. Yeah.
A family man? A dad?
He's
I don't know.
He's a guy with a fucking Letterman jacket.
That nobody gives a shit about.
Right. I don't know. I enjoyed the match. Knowing what was going to happen, I just allowed myself to just sit back and watch the match and enjoy the match for what it was.
Is Authors of Pain and Sanity both faces now, or is
I think they're both heels.
but Authors
maybe?
of Pain they got to be faces if Roderick Strong's teaming up with them?
I guess.
But I thought like
But
Sanity
I think
were
they're tweeny. Both of them are tweeners,
right because
Kinda.
Nikki Cross is a face,
Nikki Cross is a face.
so it was
She's a crazy face.
Yeah, because she laughs in her music. So
Yes.
yeah.
Oh God damn it, McAfee.
Oh, McAfee, they want you to buy $24.99.
Oh, virus protection.
Yeah. Who needs that?
Yeah, I don't need that.
And
Virus
it,
protection.
and it restarts.
Virus protection is for sailors. Yeah.
Ooh.
Arnold would get that.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Who's Arnold again?
the other guy, the guy that took her spot.
Oh, that guy.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So leading up to the big announcement about War Games, yeah, we saw it. We knew it was going to happen 2 months ago.
Right.
The reason why Roderick Strong is in there is flimsy.
Right.
It doesn't make me any less excited for War Games.
Mm-hmm.
But in the moment for me would have been bigger. But the anticipation and the waiting of it, I'm so excited to see the actual match itself. Yeah, you could have gotten a big fucking pop out of me with the surprise of it there. But you know what? I think we're going to be talking about spoilers an awful lot tonight. So I think that's number one of grievance with WWE and their spoilering.
Yeah. We should be used to it by now, right?
We should.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't mean that we can't bitch about it.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're here for, right?
Is that it for NXT?
Yeah, because I think they were just finalizing the women's title match for NXT.
Yeah, Bailey Kay is going to fight Kairi Sane.
Yeah,
this week.
Hey, I'm not going to be here for the prediction show for NXT.
Okay.
So my prediction for the women's match, I got Peyton winning.
Peyton. To hell with that, sir. That is the person I least want to win.
Really?
Yes.
You haven't noticed they've been subliminally like pushing her, like because after last
takeover,
been
so subliminal.
Yeah. Well, because she's been on every single week. Like she's like the heel. It's so funny because like Billie Kay they started pushing her, and then Peyton was like her little sidekick.
Yeah.
And I think now it's
the other way around.
But see, look, okay, so you got Kairi Sane,
right?
They just took it off of Asuka. I don't think they're going to put it on a smaller Asuka.
That sir is racist.
All right, what are you going to do? So,
a smaller Asuka.
So they're not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would have put it on Ember Moon already if they're going to.
Okay.
And then who else is in there?
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross. No, something's going to happen with someone's. I think Nikki and Ember might eliminate each other, or someone's going to eliminate. But
somebody else was talking shit about Ember on this episode. Oh, damn, who was it? It was like someone. Oh, it was Mercedes Martinez. They like randomly.
That's right.
Randomly interviewed Mercedes Martinez. Like, hey, who do you think's gonna win? And in like the worst fucking promo, she was like, I could tell you who I think's not gonna win. It's the person who's lost everything. It's Ember Moon. God damn, that was a terrible promo.
And that's coming from you.
Yeah.
So anyway, the thing is on that, I think that in this particular case, Mercedes Martinez, she might come out and maybe cost Ember.
Yeah.
So I just think that you need a title on a heel, and I think Peyton is the only one right now that I think they can get some heat.
That would piss everybody the fuck off.
And it'd be something for either Nikki or Kyrie to chase. I'm just saying.
Okay. You know what? Okay.
And that's it. And as far as the War Games, I have no idea how to call it because it's the first time they're doing this.
Have you seen the rules of this?
Oh, for NXT's? Have they
for the War Games? Yeah.
I know of the rules. I don't know what WWE rules are.
WWE's rules. Yeah. I tried to read them and I got a little bit confused. It hurt my brain a little bit.
Probably.
And then I saw it floating around again. I'm like, oh, I'm going to take a closer look at this. But then I was at work. I got distracted or whatever. But from what I understand,
shiny objects.
Yeah. From what I understand, there's going to be like this thing where there's going to be shark cages.
Oh, fuck.
And some members of the teams are not going to be able to participate in the match until like a certain time thing happens, like 2 minutes or some shit like that. I don't know. And then they could get out of the shark cage and into the match.
Wait, hold on. Stop. We're talking about NXT Takeover War Games. We're not talking about Impact.
Right.
TNA.
Yeah.
This isn't a Jeff Jarrett thing, right?
Right.
Okay.
As far as I know, like this could have been news with the Z and they got me. They worked me. Right. I don't know. Again, like I said, I kind of read through this. And I was like, what the fuck? This doesn't sound right. Okay, whatever. I'll look at this later. And then when the later came, I was busy. So I could be completely wrong on this. But from what I could tell, it has something to do with like.
What, from what you're telling me?
It sounds like a fucking King of the Mountain match.
From what you're telling me.
Yeah.
That proves my fears of a WWE version of War Games. Like I knew it was
I agree.
I knew it was going to bastardize as soon as they said War Games. I don't know what. As soon as I heard it was three teams.
3 teams of 3.
Once I heard that, I was pretty much already done. I don't even have tickets for NXT.
Oh, I do.
Well, yeah, because you're Mark.
Right. But I don't know, man. Like, I want to see what they're going to do with it. Even if the rules are fucking crazy, go nuts, stupid. I still want to see what
I'm going to watch it for sure.
know what they do.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's now. Are we done with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's funny. Just a minute ago, I threw TNA out there. You know what? It's amazing what someone will do to get fast forward juice for Raw. I for some reason back in the past I set Impact for my DVD, so I have Impact's recording every week.
Okay.
Hell, if I actually watch it or not,
I am the exact same way.
But so I was kind of caught up. Like I didn't have enough fast forward juice for Raw, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm a glutton for punishment. Let's see, because the last episode,
like a masochist.
I know, right? So I have the last episode on there, which is the go home show for Bound. By the way, this past Sunday was Bound for Glory. Remember that was yeah.
Oh,
wasn't that the WrestleMania or something?
Yeah. Yeah, their version of WrestleMania. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Exactly. So I was like, with the smile on my face, I was like, you know what? Let's see what their go home show is.
With a tear in my eye, because it sucks so bad.
Yeah, it's tears of pain.
It stinks.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that several times.
Okay.
So I tried to watch a 2-hour episode of Impact. I couldn't make it through. I fast forward through most of it, but you know what's interesting? So I'll give them credit for this. They're trying different things now. I know, basically because
TNA's always been about trying different things.
Yeah, but first of all, this is a very confusing episode, especially for not watching it after so long. But what they do now, I guess because this global wrestling network they have, it's like an app you can download and you can watch like different free wrestling stuff they have.
I've never heard of that before. That's an interesting idea.
I know, right?
WWE should do that.
Yeah. But I think theirs is free. I don't know because no one gets and they still lose money on it.
I believe it's $8.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's $8.
Really? Okay. How do you know?
Well, I haven't done it.
Oh,
I haven't bought it.
All right, so yeah, so basically what to do on this, because they have like I guess affiliates or outlets in like Canada and like Japan and other countries.
All right.
They actually show matches from those arenas. And it's a very like I always joked about TNA was always an independent with TV. It's like a big budget independent federation. So, but now it's like they've gone scaled down from they're trying to be independent. Now it's more like regional independent. It looks like very, very small scale, like house, like in like around the corner house show, regional stuff. So like the first match on there, they're hyping up the women title match, for Bound for Glory. And so what they do is they went to Boulder City Wrestling. Exactly. So they went there and they had Rosemary in a tag match with a local wrestler against
Sienna.
Yeah, that's it. Sienna versus so they're putting over their local talent, but still hyping. They have like Jeremy Borash and whoever the other person is.
The other guy.
They're still doing commentary like it's Impact, but it's in another arena, another logos and everything. So it's kind of confusing because you're different. But so they did that for that. They did. They went to Noah in Japan with Moose in a tag team match, putting over his match with I don't even know. They have an interesting storyline for that. It's one of their MMA and wrestling storylines where because they've always worked with
fucking Grand Champion
Bellator and all that.
Okay, yeah.
So Lashley and all them. So Lashley is teaming up with King Mo, I think.
Okay.
And Moose is teaming up with Stephen Bonner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's the MMA guys. I don't know who was like siding with who because they're both wrestlers and MMA guys on the same team. So they have something. I was telling Chris, I was like, they have something there, but it was very convoluted, and I don't know who to root for. Maybe because it's the only time I've seen it. But anyway, it was
that could be the main factor.
Yeah, it was interesting, but confusing at the same time. But the reason I bring that up is because whenever the UK thing started for WWE, the UK division, and that was one thing we were kind of talking about. I was thinking, well, why don't they film stuff in the UK and then just bring it over and then air those, like showing like Tyler Bate or he done like defending the title in the UK. So it's kind of like that concept, like. They were filming at other wrestling
shows,
and
other promotions.
Yeah, right. That's under the same umbrella, and just airing it. So I thought that'd be something interesting that they could do with the UK. But I don't know. It was different. Everything else, I just kind of fast forward the rest. But we're getting caught up on fast forward.
Well, there's your Impact Bound for Glory talk.
I know, right? I couldn't tell you anything else about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I was weird. It's like half Impact, half Lucha Underground. There was Drago, Johnny Morrison, or Johnny Impact now. I think
Johnny Impact. Johnny Impact.
There was some other. Oh, Taya's in there now as a Viking.
Taya, yeah,
she's a Viking now.
Yeah.
Sexy Viking. Yeah. All right. So
so Raw.
Sure.
Okay, Raw. I know you sent me some notes in Messenger.
Did I?
Yeah. At least I think you did.
I think I did too.
All right. What did you? What do you want to start off with as far as
there's only for 3 hours? There's only not that. I mean,
let's Raw didn't seem that impactful this weekend or this week.
Let's go to the main event.
Okay,
tag team match.
That's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah. Other than the build for Survivor Series, but that was the overlap.
That is build for Survivor Series, I'd say.
So earlier in the show, Sheamus Cesaro talks to what's his face, Kurt Angle, about representing Raw on Survivor Series.
I can't even read that. It's more fucking pop-ups. But once it's all better now.
Yeah, notify later. They want to. So he says you'll have a title match, and if you win, you can defend Raw as the champs against the Usos. So they have the match, and the match is going. There's actually a pretty good match.
Yeah,
which
I was enjoying it.
I mean, but look who the contenders are. So I mean, you had not that hard. So match is going on, and then all of a sudden, towards the end of the match, we hear the New Day. You hear Biggie's wherever they were. Yeah. So
London. They're in Birmingham that night. No, they're in London that night. I don't know.
I've slept since then.
England.
So they come down. They cause a huge distraction. We cut to like Kurt Angle in the back.
Kurt, grab Finn and a bunch of jobbers.
Go to the ring opposite of where they're at.
Right.
So during this whole distraction, the match isn't over yet.
Right.
So what happens is Sheamus, the heel that he is, takes advantage of the situation. Boot to the face, a bro kick, whatever. 1, 2, 3, new tag champs.
Yeah.
So now that changed the dynamic for a little bit for
Survivor Series. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's going to be Sheamus Cesaro.
Presumably.
There's still a week before. Versus the Usos. Non-title.
I said a little while ago that we're probably going to be talking about spoilers a lot.
Spoilers.
Yeah, dude. I got spoiled on that.
On that particular match.
Yeah, on that match on new tag champs being Cesaro. Cesaro. Yeah.
That's funny because that's how Cesaro talks now.
Yeah. It was in England, so there's a time delay. So we got spoilers on it. And it wasn't just that, it's some asshole on Facebook who just said, hey, guess who won? It was like WWE themselves were like, hey, we got new champions. Yeah, like, what? Okay. Like, sure, they didn't say, hey, we got new champions, guess who? It was, hey, we got new champs. Okay, well, who's defending the title?
Yeah.
Well, put 2 and 2 together, and if you're not stupid, you were able to figure it out.
Right.
So that kind of pissed me off. So going into Manchester, thank you, Robert. They're in Manchester. Going into that match, I was like, okay, well, I know who's going to win this. I guess I should at least enjoy the match for what it was. And then when the New Day came out, I was like, okay, that wasn't what I was expecting.
Right.
I'm glad that brought me back into it.
Right.
And so I kind of had that spoilers lull of excitement where I was like, I don't care because I'm spoiled. But I was presuming it was just straight up they won, just no shenanigans, especially not shenanigans with SmackDown people. SmackDown people showed up. Okay, cool. While the Siege 2 was happening and Kurt Angle was rallying the troops and heading out there, I was thinking the entire time, this match isn't ending. We are going to have new champs.
Yeah.
Is New Day just going to get their ass kicked? Did New Day bring anybody else with them? Kurt's got the whole roster. Xavier, run, please go. But, they're still up there. And that brought a little bit of intrigue to me. That helped the spoiler thing a little bit.
Funny story. So we're watching Raw. And Chris is over here watching it with me, and he was busy at work all day. I don't really care to go on and find spoilers and shit like that. I just didn't see anything for the day, so neither one of us knew what was going on.
Good job.
It's like 9:50 or whatever, and he's like, you know what, man, I don't care about this match. I'm going home. I was like, okay, fine, because I wasn't expecting anything either. 5 minutes after he leaves, here comes Big E on the screen. And then I was like, oh, okay, they're going to come out. They're going to do something. And then Sheamus for the kick, 1, 2, 3 is like, oh, shit. And then I texted Chris, like, you dumbass, you shouldn't have left. So that's funny. This is funny because he left early and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. It's good that they're still keeping it fresh and they're not – it seems like we'll go to SmackDown here in a minute, but with what they did on that and what they're doing with SmackDown – it seems like they're not set in stone with their booking the way they used to be. Like they kind of know what's going to make fans be more interested or intrigued. So they're actually twisting and turning things. Because normally 2 weeks before Survivor Series, you pretty much have
everything's set.
Yeah, or at least you're gearing up to you can figure out what's going on. But with this, it's interesting. Like now with even early in Raw, when Miz had that title match, like, is he gonna what if he does lose? Because I was thinking, well, if he loses, he can still join Team Raw and he'll still be part of
representing
the whole
Raw. Yeah.
Have you been seeing those promos that he's been doing on Twitter?
Oh no, I haven't.
Dude, those are.
I heard it was good. Chris brought it up, I think, last week. Where
because I showed it to him.
Yeah. Oh, where everything between Corbin and Miz is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But not on the fucking telly. It's not on the telly.
He finally referenced it on.
He referenced it. Yeah.
It's not the same.
And that's the thing that we talked about last week. It's like, dude, if it's something so good, why not put it on the fucking telly? And that kind of brought me into this whole thing about who gives a shit what the hell is happening between the Raw versus SmackDown aspect of this?
Right.
Because this is very contrite, very manufactured.
Hmm.
You know, throughout the entirety of the rest of the year, no one ever says, "Oh, I'm so proud of Raw. Fuck SmackDown." Nobody says that. Like nobody has like I bleed blue or I bleed red pride.
The wrestlers don't, the commentators don't, the GMs don't, the fans don't. Like, nobody
cares.
It's all the same company.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like very manufactured.
Yeah.
And then like now all of a sudden we're supposed to care. And
please
on
don't
TV,
please don't get me started about their first Under Siege thing. I was pissed about that.
So. Well, what I had said was that on TV you're trying to build heat for these guys versus these guys, the Raw guys versus the SmackDown guys, but on Raw you have infighting,
right?
And then on SmackDown you have infighting. So it's like it sucks for the people that are going to be on the end of the feud that doesn't go to Survivor Series,
right?
So like Miz versus Corbin's still the U.S. or Corbin, you know, is like the champ, but like who's Corbin feuding with? Sin Cara. Okay, well, fuck Sin Cara.
Yeah.
Miz is feuding with who?
Strowman.
Strowman. Well, we know Strowman's going to be on Team Raw, but if there was anybody else, like, it wouldn't make sense, you know? So it's like they're doing all these TV programs that have nothing to do with the build for the Survivor Series itself.
And
it
for
just
nothing.
doesn't make sense.
Sin Cara, really?
Ding.
He finally put Callisto on 205. Where the hell is Sin Cara? Oh, he's jobbing out to Baron Corbin on SmackDown.
I guess his ankle broke.
Oh, I saw that picture.
That was nasty.
That's what you get for fighting Corbin.
Apparently, he's going to be back like next week or some shit.
Just put some duct tape on it and
I
ready
guess.
to go.
Maybe it wasn't broken. Maybe it was just sprained. Or, you know what? It is.
Maybe it looked worse than it actually was.
It is Sin Cara. They could just throw that mask on any other Mexican and just say
maybe it's just like, maybe it looks worse. Like, you know, Kurt Angle makes it look like he's twisting your ankle in half, but it's really not.
Yeah.
But maybe it's like that. Maybe this is a bad angle. We saw that.
A bad angle? All right. What else on Raw?
They kind of pulled the trigger on Asuka. I was thinking they weren't going to do anything with her until after Survivor Series and make her just, you know, beating up jobbers. But no, they pulled the trigger and she's going to be on Team Raw, on the women's team.
Hell yeah.
So I'm down for that.
How do you feel about Asuka beating jobbers?
Normally I'd be okay with it, but we know she can do more, so I don't think it's necessary.
Okay.
I guess it's okay for a certain extent. If you want to do it for 2 or 3 weeks, we get the point. We know who she is. Even if you never watch NXT, the commentators have been doing a good job of putting her over to their end. Mm-hmm. They'd had some little vignettes for about 2 or 3 weeks before she debuted. I kind of wish she destroyed Emma a little bit better than what she did. Only because 2 reasons. One, we know she already beat her in NXT. Secondly, we know what happened to Emma after the fact.
But that is after the fact.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't think that needed to go any further. And I think this is a good spotlight. I think this will be the same thing for Asuka. What happened to CM Punk at Survivor Series when he teamed up with DX and Hardy's? That's kind of her kind of coming out party.
Who else is on that team? Okay, Foxy is the captain.
Yeah.
Then Asuka, and then Sasha got added.
Yeah.
And Bailey didn't like that apparently.
Yeah.
And then who else?
Was it Nia? Nia's on the team.
Nia.
And do they have everybody?
Do they have the 5th member?
Dude, with Emma getting cut and Nia was away for a few weeks, I'm kind of confused on the women's roster right now. Like,
Dana.
Ugh.
Dana was haul-assing whenever the siege was happening. Man, she was getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
So she won't be on the team. You know she ain't gonna be on Rush Hour 3. What? All right.
I don't know.
So yeah, that's the women. What else?
I think that was it. There might have been.
Well, I know there's more stuff that happened, but anything that we actually want to talk about, especially since we're on time crunch.
Oh, apparently. What do you think about? Yeah, you are actually. 1 hour left. Okay, so Jason Jordan is the 5th guy.
I don't mind.
Really?
Yeah. I like Jason Jordan when he was with American Alpha. I like the NXT weird pairing of Gable trying to, be his little buddy and trying to. I felt like that was all real organic and worked well. And then when they got called up, they had a decent little run. And then this whole thing with the Kurt Angle thing happened. Excuse me. I liked him enough from the American Alpha stuff that I was willing to say, all right, fine. They want to give him a prominent role being the son of, future Hall of Famer. Like, okay, cool. If you're going to give him something that big.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah. Kurt Angle's already a Hall of Famer. Sorry. But the son of Kurt Angle,
right.
If you're going to give him something that big, they must think that there's something there to him. So I'm like, okay, cool. I've already seen it. I've already cheered for the guy. I've already wanted to see the guy succeed. And here they are, for better or worse, shoving him into a big spotlight.
I'm gonna turn that around on you.
Okay.
Because you just said that they have big hopes or whatever because they put a big spotlight on with the Kurt Angle thing.
Yep.
History will dictate that usually when someone's a chosen one, it doesn't really work out. Ask Drew McIntyre about that. I mean, he's doing good now. He's an NXT champ, but what he had to come back around.
Yeah, I mean, usually that does happen a lot.
Yeah.
But I was excited for the fact that some guy that I like, that I say, yeah, they do deserve a shot, was getting a shot.
How do you think he's being booked right now?
But right now, it's not quite working. And like how you were saying earlier about Gargano, you want the entirety of the whole package.
Right.
The thing that kills it for you right from the get-go, strike number one, is the shitty entrance music. For me, with Jason Jordan, the shitty entrance music. Why all of a sudden is he looking like a walking, talking Sprite can from the 90s?
Surge can.
Yeah, that even worse. Dude, you are a part of American Alpha. You are Kurt Angle's son.
God damn it.
The blue fuck are you wearing black, green, and yellow? You should be wearing red, white, and blue. God damn it. Like, this is a slam dunk.
Or like something with black and gold, something with gold in it, because they keep saying gold-blooded. And
like, dude, take Kurt Angle and just, change it up a little bit to where it's like, okay, not complete 100% total ripoff, but change it enough to where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's his son. Kind of like how you did with Charlotte. Charlotte, she still has the woo.
Is anybody actually buying this whole storyline?
I don't care if anybody's buying it or not buying it. If you're gonna make that a thing, you need to believe it.
Yeah.
Like, Stardust is fucking stupid, but he believed it. The shit with the Mizdow, that was fucking stupid, but he believed it and he made it work. If you're gonna give somebody this big of a gimmick, fucking work that shit, man.
No, just throw lettuce at people.
Yeah, instead you're throwing lettuce at people. It doesn't make sense. It's not good.
Here's the saving grace that I think they could do with him.
Okay.
Which I think they should have already done, but I give us some time.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
Survivor Series, he's maybe the first one eliminated, or there's some shenanigans. He gets eliminated after the fact, or whatever the fuck. He gets pissed. He's getting shit because Kurt Angle put him on the team and he failed. Blah blah blah. He snaps, he goes heel, or he wins the thing and he gets cocky about it. And he becomes cocky because he's Kurt Angle's son and he's gold-blooded and everything else. And he needs to be a heel, I think. That's what I think.
Okay.
I think he should have gone like the cocky heel already. I think they should have already pulled that trigger because people were kind of already booing him already.
Yeah.
So why hide from it?
Yeah.
Just embrace it. And it makes sense. It's not far-fetched that he would be cocky because he found out he's Kurt Angle's son.
And the redemption of him being that cocky fucking problem child, so to speak. But, hey, you're Kurt Angle's son, so we got to treat him well. So he walks around like his shit don't stink.
Right.
But then eventually him coming around, God, I was a dick.
Yeah.
And then that story of being the heel into the face turn is going to be 10 times more better That's terrible English. That's going to be 10 times better than what they're doing now. Hey, you're my son. Okay, you're my son. And like, all right, go throw lettuce at people. Like this is just terrible. Yeah, you should have started him out like, I'm your son. Okay, now I'm untouchable. Being dick to people in the back. You know,
I think that's the route they should have taken as soon as they even mentioned that storyline.
And then Kurt being the baby face, but still being the general manager, but still being his father. It's like, hey man, you need to shape up. What the hell's your problem? Why are you acting like this? It's like, like there's friction there. You know, like
But worst storyline. He's Kurt Angle's son, or Hornswoggle is Vince McMahon's.
Hornswoggle is Vince McMahon's.
Okay,
that's worse. That's way worse.
I just thought.
All right, Ryan said something. He's just wearing the reverse colors. Okay. So the reverse of red, white, and blue is black, green, and yellow.
Is that racist?
Is that racist?
Because he's black and Kurt Angle's not black.
And he's green and Kurt Angle's not green and yellow.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Did it?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, that's all I had for all. I don't know.
That's it. We got okay. If we missed something, we'll get it to next week. SmackDown.
Okay, let's talk about
just blow our load on this right now.
Because WWE did.
AJ Styles. AJ Styles beat Jinder Mahal. He is now the WWE champ, and presumably he's the one that's going to be fighting Brock Lesnar.
Ever since last week when they announced that AJ was going to fight Jinder, I was like, oh, please, God, let them do the smart thing for once and get that title off of Jinder. Because I think I'm just speaking for myself. I'm sure a lot of people might agree with me on this. I couldn't give two fucks for Jinder Mahal and Brock Lesnar. I just don't. I don't care. There's no fucks to give about that match. Now, suddenly, at 9:01 p.m. on Tuesday, I'm suddenly invested in the title versus the champion versus champion match at Survivor Series.
Right.
I care because I wanted to see that match anyways. I wanted to see Lesnar versus Styles.
Yeah.
And I wanted Styles to be the champion. I never understood why. I can understand him take the title off of him, but that lag to me ever since he was not in that main event scene in SmackDown.
Yeah.
I just thought SmackDown was just. I'm not being like an AJ Styles mark or anything. I'm just saying your main event scene was lacking something.
Yeah.
And
it wasn't phenomenal.
That
was so stupid.
You guys like that one?
Yeah.
So, no, it just made sense. It didn't make sense for him not to be in the world title scene.
Okay. I don't know if you know this. But over the past several months, I've been the biggest proponent of Jinder. I've been wanting Jinder to succeed, but I admittedly have been saying that he is not succeeding.
Yes,
and it's partially the booking and the writing that they're giving for him, and it's partially his in-ring ability.
And his promos.
Yeah, and the execution of the bad writing, you know. So the Jinder Mahal experiment, as much as I wanted it to succeed, it's not succeeding. That being said, the title getting taken off of him right now, SmackDown right before, seems a little knee jerky.
Kinda, it is.
But I don't care.
Right, I know.
Because that means AJ versus Brock. Oh fuck, that's dream match caliber right there. You know, so that kind of makes me feel a little guilty because I'm wanting this Jinder thing to work, and I can see how it could work. They're just not allowing it to work.
But
since it's not working,
they gave him all the chance.
Okay,
to do that, and he had months as champion to.
And I understand, and that's why it was frustrating me wanting it to work out for him, sitting back and seeing that got fucked up. And that got fucked up. And that got, oh man, if they just tweaked this, they just tweaked that. No, don't do that at all. If they just did, like, I could see how it could have worked, but it's not. And that's what makes it frustrating. Now, the match itself, again, going back to fucking WWE, spoilerific this week. They were in London. I knew by the time it, excuse me, Manchester, sorry. I knew by the time it fucking happened, not because I was looking for spoilers, but because I was on fucking social media, just like bullshitting around on Facebook, you know? Just like any other day. Like, all of a sudden, bam, hits me in the face. New champ in SmackDown. Well, gee, I wonder who, you know? And it lessened my enjoyment for the match, but I tried to take those blinders off and just watch the match for what it is. And there is one thing that I do want to be complimentary of when it comes to Jinder and the way WWE handled Jinder in this particular match. They really played up that Jinder is bigger and stronger than AJ. Mm-hmm. And I have never thought, even in this past run, that Jinder is a powerhouse guy. Yeah, sure, he's more tall. He's more jacked than he had been back in 3MB days. Okay, I get it. What the hell? Dell update. No, remind me later. He's more jacked than he had been, so okay, I get it. But it's not like he's Brock Lesnar or Braun Strowman size. Yeah. He's just a lot leaner. Like, he dropped all of his body fat, so you could see the muscles that he does have.
Right.
But
in his veins.
Yeah, I never thought of him as a tall guy either. Really? But in this particular match, holy shit, he was tall.
He's got long legs, dude.
Yeah, I know, but like in my mind, I've never, that's a tall guy.
Dude,
like,
we saw him in person in Galveston. He played our Nintendo.
I understand that, but I'm saying as far as like other wrestlers go, like, he was never billed as the tall guy, you know? But in this particular match, they did. And in this particular match, that's how they used him to be a credible threat to AJ. They said, he is bigger and stronger than AJ. Yeah. How is AJ going to chop down this tree? Right. And that's one of the little things, one of those little tweaks that I think WWE should have been done doing all along. Been done doing it all along to help Jinder out. It's funny, on the night that he's going to lose the title is the night that you finally decide to put him over the right fucking way. Like, that's kind of bullshit. But I was enjoying it for the duration of the match because it made the story between the ropes pretty good. The story between the bells, rather. Because it was AJ being an underdog, but he's not really an underdog. But just using his technical ability, using his speed, and his agility to take out the strength.
Perhaps, good sir.
Yes.
They are doing that on purpose.
Because that's what he's going to need to take out Brock. Yes, I 100% agree that they were kind of using Jinder as like a mini Brock, you know, conceptually speaking, conception. Yeah. Like, AJ's got to be able to find a way to beat a bigger guy. Well, here's a bigger guy that he's going to go and beat right now. So, you know what? You did it with Jinder. Let's go see if you could beat the bigger guy, Brock Lesnar. So,
hey, we've got some people talking.
All right, what are they saying here?
Here, I'll let you like to read here.
All right. Daniel Price, not having Jinder roid would probably help as well. That's true. Styles is dropping it back to him in India. When are they going to India? December, right?
I don't know.
Well, he does get his rematch.
Nothing against India, but man, like WWE, what is this love affair with India? It's not like, I get it, but you gotta.
They want to get those dollars. They want to get those rupees.
Rupees are like money. All right, so what else?
Rupees are money. That's the money they have there.
Let's see. Oh, Daniel Price says Devitt will interfere to get the win for AJ and protect Lesnar, thus setting up the Baylor Bork Universal title match. That's an interesting little booking there.
But that means that Finn will stab Raw in the back.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Unless it's by mistake. Like, he's trying to stop AJ.
He tries to help Bork Lesnar and fucks it up?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Dude, you don't need an excuse for Finn to challenge for the Universal title. He never got the fucking chance to go in there one-on-one anyway. Like, he lost the title without having to lose. Like,
well, I was gonna say apparently you do because apparently WWE forgot about that.
I guess
Every once in a while, like Finn will be doing a promo, is like, I still got my title match, but
I want to take out that Bray Wyatt. Oh, that wascally wabbit. Like,
for the 10th time already.
Okay, dude, like, go back and get your fucking title. Like, dude, where are your priorities, sir? Please, Finn, go get some fucking face paint. Please.
Do something.
Yeah.
Stop being extraordinary.
You know, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just that little extra.
Paint. A little extra paint.
Extra paint. All right, what else we got from SmackDown?
Dude, the only thing I was thinking about was the Battle of the Sexes. Ellsworth versus Becky.
Damn, dude, that was so bad.
It was very
It was
bad.
terrible. I was a little surprised at how much offense Ellsworth got in.
I wouldn't say offense. He's like pushing and shoving and things like that.
Well, no, he did a couple of holds, you know, a couple of moves, which was a lot more than what I expected to happen.
Right.
In this type of match, since WWE doesn't want any man-on-woman violence because it's PG and TV restrictions and all that, all I expected to see was him try to take a swing, it get blocked, slap, disarmor, done in 30 seconds. Yeah. So it went a little bit longer than I thought, but that's not necessarily a good thing in this particular match because it was Ellsworth just being Ellsworth, and the fact that it was somewhat halfway, kind of, sort of, but not really, but just a little bit competitive was kind of a slap in the face of Becky and kind of a slap in the face of the rest of the fucking Raw women's roster.
Yeah, and Becky's the captain of.
Yeah, it's like, Becky, you should be able to squash this ant in 2 seconds flat.
Not for nothing.
Okay.
But Becky was looking good on SmackDown. I don't know what it was. Damn.
Well, she's standing across from the ring from Ellsworth. Of course she'll look good. Comparatively.
No, yeah, you're probably on that. But I don't know. I mean, she's always, she's already attractive, but I mean, damn. But at the end of it, whenever Carmella super kicked him in the face after the fact, is that the end of that whole storyline of?
I don't know.
I hope it is.
It could be. Because
Carmella
Carmella's looking good. But Carmella dropping Ellsworth the way she did seemed too much of a face turn for me. And I don't necessarily want to see Carmella as.
Do you think
that
was just his punishment for losing?
I think so. I think she's just going to put him back on the dog leash and be like, no, bad Ellsworth, and like continue to abuse him.
I thought it was. Well, I thought this whole. I don't know why we're spending so much time on this, but
I don't know.
I thought it was weird. Like the whole time, like that, the backstage promo.
Oh God, Ellsworth versus Becky at SummerSlam. Imagine a clusterfuck of that.
No, delete that guy. Okay, no, because that backstage promo with him and Becky, and then him coming out to the ring like all like cocky, that was like so like out of character. He's like it was weird.
The week before he was sitting on the ground barking like a dog.
Yeah, dog costume on. Like where did this come from? This is like totally different.
And that promo before is like, well, since I'm a man, you're gonna like. Why didn't you strike that iron when it was hot immediately after? Money in the Bank, when everybody was upset at you because of the social injustice of a man winning the title, and like, why didn't you become that dick then? Now you wait 3 months later to pull that. Like, no, it doesn't work. You've been collared to a post for the last month. You can't go out there and start being the dickest the dicky misogynist. Like, no, you can't. No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. But back to your point about him, like the man versus
not that misogyny would have been good anyway. Sorry.
So I'm used. I've watched Lucha Underground. I've seen men and women fighting each other. I don't in wrestling sense. I don't have a problem with that.
Robert's probably right. It's going to be a storyline for Ellsworth to make it up to Carmella.
Oh, but
that's going to be so bad.
You can fast forward it. You have fast forward years. So that's all right. So my thing is about the men and women fighting. It's okay. I've seen it. But in this particular thing, I thought it was just awkward. Like maybe because they're not used to doing it, but maybe it's because it was Ellsworth. But I just thought it was awkward, like them trying to fight each other. It wasn't choreographed very well, or it wasn't. I don't know. It's like he was trying not to He's being gingerly with her and everything. I don't
Yeah,
know. It
yeah,
looked
yeah.
weird. Why me
The
so Lucha
actual
Underground-
in-ring work itself was bad.
Yeah, when I see Sexy Star getting the shit kicked out of her by 3 dudes.
They ain't pulling punches.
Right, yeah, and I see this little thing and him barely doing like a bear hug or something. It's like,
Yeah.
or a waist lock.
Yeah, well, I think I remember him like doing a roll out.
Yeah.
But he was waiting for Carmella to like kick him in the back or something.
Oh, that
so
was
he
so
like
bad.
rolled and
Yeah.
then he sat there. It's like, do your move. And like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, improvise, man.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like it was terrible, man.
But anyway,
Terrible.
Enough of that. Enough of
Worst match of the week. How about that?
No kidding.
Yeah.
And then I think other than that,
Or he joins Rusev Aiden English. No.
whatever stops Rusev in Aiden English faster. Do you liking that?
You're not digging it?
I just don't care.
Every day is Rusev Day.
Yes.
It's Rusev Day.
According to
Today is Rusev Day.
according to Rusev.
Yes. It's a holiday.
I'm just so confused. Like,
Joyous holiday.
you know what it was? I think I told you this off air, but on the messenger thing. But like ever since Rusev like was trolling the internet with
In WWE, Daniel, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. He says the only time an intergender match had a decent payoff was China winning the IC title from Jarrett. You are correct. In WWE, you are correct. That was probably the best time we ever had anything intergender. Professor, do you have anything to interject there? Was there any other intergender matches that we don't know about?
legit feuds, that's gonna be your best one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, in WWE,
Yeah.
you just had mentioned
Oh yeah.
Lucha
WWE,
Underground.
yeah.
Lucha Underground, it happened damn near every season.
Yeah.
I think it did happen every season.
Did I miss like almost all of season 3?
Oh, shame. It was a good
Yeah.
season.
So to hear. I was saying something.
You were, and I interrupted you, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know.
Of course, you would mark out for Rusev and Aiden English. Yes, I would. Handsome Rusev. He's handsome.
And this is why I'm only here for one episode. It's reasons like this.
What do you got against Rusev? Okay. But yeah, I guess that is what you were talking. You were talking about Rusev and Aiden English and how you don't like
Oh
it.
yeah, no, it was that when Rusev like trolled the internet and he says like he was leaving, thank you WWE for my or something like that. He was
Yeah.
talking about he's teasing leaving, and like I was at that time that was when I left here originally, and I was like totally like I wasn't watching anything with wrestling. I was just
You had to back away.
yeah. So I wasn't watching. I wasn't going to any news sites or anything like that. And I saw that I was like, oh okay, I guess he's asked for his release and he got it. So ever since then, I've been thinking that he uses, and plus he like right after that he jobbed out to Orton at SummerSlam. Yeah. So it's around then, and he's been kind of floating around and not really doing anything.
Mhm.
And Lana's doing her thing, but not really doing her thing. And it's like, well, they're not doing anything with him, so why should I give a shit?
Okay.
You know? And if the
Although
best thing you got for him is Aiden English.
I do like what happened today on Twitter, though, where Cena was named the
Yes, we didn't talk about that.
Cena was named the 5th person for Team SmackDown.
Spoiler, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think that's something that's going to be on TV.
Oh.
Like it didn't happen at SmackDown.
They'll talk about it.
Yeah, they'll talk about it.
It's
but,
like a 30-minute
he-
segment.
Yeah, I think it was just on Twitter. It was said,
Yeah.
and Rusev trolled and said, "Oh, congratulations to John Cena who earned his way to the spot. Go get him, Tiger."
He earned his spot fair and square.
Fair and square.
Yeah, go get him, Tiger. Yeah.
God damn it. The saltiness in Rusev is real right now.
Well, he's always been like that on Twitter.
He has,
Yeah.
and I like it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it at all because today is Rusev Day. Damn it. And you know what? I kind of dig the thing that they're doing with Aiden English. I give him something to do. He's using the singing gimmick in a role that is different enough from Elias's gimmick that it kind of makes sense. Like he's Rusev's personal minstrel. It works.
Look, I can appreciate it on the level of Mr. Perfect and the Genius. That's how I can relate.
Okay,
to it.
yeah.
But
Okay.
Other than that, I'm kind of insulting Mr. Perfect and Genius by comparing to that. But anyway.
All right. What is it? Randy phoning it in Orton. Yeah.
What?
He's making fun of Orton.
Oh yeah.
Randy phoning it in Orton. Yeah.
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 But honestly, I haven't been minding Orton all that much lately. Like he's not like in your face or anything. He's just kind of doing his thing, and I don't know.
I don't care about Blandy Orton right now.
But see, the thing is, I don't think that he cares anymore. like about where he's at on the card or anything. I think he's just he's
collecting the check.
He's already main evented, and he's just kind of like Cocina's been the last couple of years, where he's just doing different things.
I don't think he's doing that as benevolently as you paint that picture. I think he's just doing it because he just doesn't give a fuck.
Well, that could be the case. I mean, to the fact that he's doesn't need to be in the spotlight,
right?
You know,
for whatever reason.
I suppose. I don't really care about the back reasons. I'm just saying that's what I'm seeing on my TV screen. That's the way I perceive it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Is that?
That's it for SmackDown.
That it for SmackDown, or at least the stuff we cared about from SmackDown?
Did you have anything else? That's what I had, but I mean,
do you want to talk about Jericho and Kenny Omega?
Oh yeah, I'm surprised we didn't open with that.
Oops, I guess.
Yeah. What do they say? Alpha and Omega. Did you watch the promo?
I did not watch the promo. I was gonna, and then I didn't get to it, and I never circled back around to it.
You want to watch the promo?
Oh, not right now. I'll watch it off air. I'm sure everyone else has already watched it.
It's funny. Do you ever watch Kevin Smith's podcast? Because he'll watch trailers and stuff and talk about it right when he's watching it.
No.
And
but okay.
I think that's
is that what you're trying to do here?
Yeah. What do you think about the idea of Jericho, and is he still under contract with WWE?
That's the big question mark, is what the hell is actually going on here?
Yeah.
I was discussing this with Arnold while we were at work, and we are like, is Jericho not affiliated with WWE anymore? But then if anybody is bulletproof enough to where they could do something, and where they could do something outside of WWE and still be in the good graces of WWE, it'd be somebody like Jericho.
Well, I don't think he would do that without, especially if he's under some kind of contract, like Legends contract or something. He wouldn't do that without WWE's knowledge or approval.
Right.
Even if he's not under a contract, I think he would still talk to him about it.
But even if he's not under contract, does he necessarily need WWE at this point?
No, because he's doing his own thing now.
Yeah,
he's got cruise lines and rock bands and all kinds of stuff.
See, if he, because I saw this other news with the Z rumor about he wanted to have NXT shows or NXT wrestlers wrestle on the cruise, and apparently WWE nixed that. They didn't want that.
They nixed the NXT.
Yeah, and that could have led to a little bit of animosity that led to this, but I don't know.
Well,
news with a Z. So
again,
fake news.
Again, talk to Chris about it next week, because he shared his input with me about what he thinks about it, and it could be something there. Well, I think he put this on Facebook.
Robert says, doesn't he and Foley both have handshake deals?
Probably. It wouldn't surprise me.
If it's a handshake deal and nothing is pen to paper, he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Actually, I don't know, because Jericho seems to tie, but he's more business acumen than Foley. So he might have
Foley's no idiot too, though.
But he could be under contract with WWE, but with the stipulation that he can do other shows, like he can go and wrestle for New Japan or ROH or something. Maybe. But this could be an opening. This could be something that WWE has not initiated but signed off on, only to the fact that, say, if Jericho fights Omega at Wrestle Kingdom, maybe Jericho beats him there. Royal Rumble comes around. Jericho enters in the Royal Rumble, and here comes Omega.
Kenny Omega, yeah. Okay.
Tosses him out or causes something, and then we get. This could be the start of something else with Omega and maybe WWE, and Jericho's
or maybe WWE and New Japan.
Maybe it could be a catalyst for one of two things. I think so.
Daniel brings up an interesting point here. Jericho has broken the fourth wall on Vince many times on his podcast.
Well, yeah, but that's I agree.
Podcast, but...
Yeah, I agree, but I think the podcast is a different.
Scott. Hey, what's up, Scott? Dave Meltzer said his contract expired with WWE.
I have a feeling that Scott just popped in just to say that, and he's going to go away now.
Probably.
He's magical like that sometimes.
He is.
I don't know. He likes to keep us informed, even when we don't ask for it. So, okay. So you want to see this? Let's see if this pops up here.
All right. Yeah, you got your volume there.
Yeah.
And good night. Bang.
Yes, that's Omega. So let's go out.
All right. So what show was this at?
Some ROH. Does anybody know what show this was? It was ROH something.
Oh, so that wasn't at.
Or maybe it was.
That wasn't
New
at
Japan.
something New Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so this just popped up on the screen there. Okay.
Oh, Scott, you've been watching the whole time. God bless you, son.
Oh, thanks, Scott.
All right, so we have this little Titantron with a countdown coming down with rock music, so it means it's got to be Jericho, right?
Yeah, it's very familiar.
This, a lot of talk about switch.
Oh, that son of a bitch!
What the hell?
That'll put butts in seats.
Chris Jericho!
And
Chris Jericho!
see, the commentators are doing a good job too.
Yeah.
About freaking out.
What is this?
Okay, so he's holding up a picture of Omega.
Mhm.
And
Kenny Omega. What a dynamic performer. What a fantastic, tremendous performer.
You put over your opponent before you beat him
He's
up,
not the best
right?
in the world.
let's see, dude.
That's Wrestling 101. Oh, what a heel!
So many have claimed
Oh, this was
to
at
be
the
best,
last
from
New Japan
Shawn
pay-per-view.
Michaels to
Okay,
Edge
thanks,
to
Daniel.
CM Punk, but they're all gone, and I'm still here
So he called out
because I
WWE guys.
am
Uh-huh.
the best in the world.
Well, CM Punk
I
isn't
am
technically
the
a
greatest of
WWE
all
guy right
time.
now.
I am the alpha of this business,
Mhm.
Alpha.
and I'm going to prove it.
He's the Canadian
'Cause I'm
Alpha.
challenging
There
you,
you go.
Kenny. What? Jericho versus Kenny. What? Alpha versus Omega. To see who is really the best. I want to meet you. January 4th. What? Wrestle Kingdom 12.
There you
in
go.
the Tokyo Dome.
The reaction, the timing of that delivery was perfect.
Oh, that little smirk.
So let's see who's really the best. Bitch.
You gotta
Oh, he said the B word.
yeah.
Did I just see what I think I saw? What just happened?
Did you just saw what I think you saw?
I seen what you just seen.
But did you see what I think I've done seen?
I saw it.
I seen it. Kenny Omega seen it too. Now he's all flexing and snarling like he's from the 80s.
looks
Yeah.
happy about it.
So
He
there
doesn't
you
look
go.
happy about it. It looks like he's
All right, so yeah,
whatever.
that was
all right.
so that was the promo
Right.
from Jericho.
Okay, cool.
Oh, what is he gonna say?
Jericho
Oh, he says something.
versus Omega. 面白いな。やってやるぜ。
What does that mean?
Something Japanese. What do you say?
I don't know.
Help us out.
I don't
We
know
don't speak Japanese.
I don't speak Japanese. I don't know Japanese.
Hmm.
I think I turned Japanese.
So, is this enough? If there's a pay-per-view, is there a way to order the pay-per-view? Is that enough to put your butt in your seat to fork over the money for?
It's Wrestle Kingdom. Like the last couple of years of Wrestle Kingdom, we've made a point to try to watch it. I mean, I still haven't watched this year's, but that's not because I didn't want to.
I didn't say you didn't want to, but are
Yeah.
you? Like, would this make you
Yeah,
guaranteed viewing?
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, not just this. You know, I mean, it's Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh,
Like,
he's the best from Winnipeg. Yes. Best,
Yes,
Not
yes.
best in the world. Best in Winnipeg.
Best from Winnipeg. Yes, thank you. But I okay. I said this a couple of weeks ago. I am officially done bitching about matches that have like Shane McMahon in it. Because every time I say, oh man, this match is gonna suck, it has Shane. He wasn't even that good in his prime, and his prime was 20 years ago. And then I was like, oh man, Kurt Angle, I don't want to really see Kurt Angle wrestle. He's not gonna be that good. And like both those matches wound up being decent enough where I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should shut up. And
Finally he gets it.
yeah. While I love Jericho, and I've been a Jericho-holic for years, I even had a short to prove it.
The last run that he had.
Oh, the last one was good too.
You like?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I love the Festival of Friendship stuff, the stuff with
Oh
Kevin
yeah, yeah.
Owens, like
But
that.
before that.
Yeah. But I do feel that there is a twinge there of him losing not necessarily a step, but maybe 2 or 3 steps.
Yeah, he's not as quick as he was.
Yeah, he's not as quick. He's not as agile. He can't do as many things. He doesn't look as good in the ring as what he did before. And for his performance style, yes, he has a shit ton of charisma, but for his performance style, he was one of those guys that impresses you in the ring as a workhorse. But when the horse can no longer work, all you got's the charisma.
So them some fighting words. Son.
I understand. So I say this with some hesitation.
But you still said it.
I still say it. I'm afraid that Jericho, not in his prime, Jericho missing 2 or 3 steps versus a guy who is faster and quicker and crazier and boom,
he's
boom, boom,
in his prime
than what Jericho was in his prime. Like if you put Jericho in his prime and Kenny Omega in his prime, I think Kenny Omega will rustle circles around Jericho. But then you take the fact that Jericho's not even in his prime against in his prime Kenny Omega. Ooh, this is going to kind of maybe somewhat feel like Shinsuke versus Corbin.
Ooh.
Where you have the fucking Shinsuke Nakamura. You know he could go. He's a fucking Ferrari that could put it in fucking 6th gear, all 12 motherfucking cylinders. And then you're putting it up against, you know, a fucking Toyota Corolla. Like, yeah, it's not going to be. And I'm afraid. I'm afraid that maybe this is going to be a bit of the same thing. I mean, I don't know for sure because I want to have that faith in Jericho. The story is going to be badass. The story's been badass. The
you already have
be badass.
Alpha versus Omega. It writes itself.
Yeah, all the Twitter beef that they had leading up to this, like it's gold. It's just is the match itself going to be Wrestle Kingdom worthy? And I don't know.
Oh. For all the times that you watch Wrestle Kingdom, I guess you do have something to go off of that. So,
all right, what are the people saying here in the chat?
Well,
Scott, you mean losing it? Omega is going to have to work around Jericho. Okay, cool. Because Japanese strong style is way more demanding than WWE style. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, Daniel. That style is more demanding, and Kenny Omega has mastered that style, and he can just go. And I don't think Jericho has that.
When was the last time that Jericho actually wrestled in a New Japan ring? Because I'm sure the ring is different too.
Years.
Yeah.
Years ago. Probably his WCW days? Before his WCW days?
Probably before. Yeah, probably before WCW.
Yeah.
So 95.
I mean, I know he wrestled a lot in Mexico before he got signed to EC Dub.
Yeah.
Did he wrestle in Japan before he went to Mexico? Or was it after?
Around the same time.
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Well, I'm sure he's gone there off one-off matches here and there, but
I mean, maybe.
But in a high-level caliber match,
even then, Japan wasn't what they are now. Back then,
right?
I mean, back then it was strong style, but it was like lots of heavy hits. Now it's lots of heavy hits and lots of flips and runs and agile stuff.
It's like MMA.
Yeah,
it's like a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
it's like the evolution of strong style. But yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting. I wouldn't mind checking that match out.
Yeah, sure. Jericho hasn't wrestled for a Japanese promotion since pre-WCW.
Yeah.
Scott, Abel, you're crazy. Jericho is better than ever. Dude is in his 40s. Yeah.
Bitch.
I mean, AJ's in his 40s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's 40. No? He's 40 right now. Yeah, I think he just turned 40. AJ just turned 40.
I think he's like 30.
No, that's Mickey James. But Mickey James is the old lady.
He's like 38, 39. I know. Yeah, it's stupid. Whatever. It's so funny. Mickey James, like her, before she left, she was Piggy James.
Piggy James.
And now she's
oldie James.
Yeah. Can't catch a break, I guess.
Yeah. That's bullshit. She's a good wrestler. Do you just want to say she's a good wrestler? Can't we do that?
That's why I was afraid when she went to Raw.
Can't we?
Why can't she just keep her on SmackDown?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anything else, Trav? Guys in the live chat, anything else? Are we missing anything? Anything else anybody want to talk about?
30 for 30.
Oh, I didn't get to watch this last night.
You need to call yourself a wrestler.
I wanted to. I just didn't get a chance.
I watched it.
Daylight Savings
because I knew I was going to be on the show and you weren't going to watch it, and I thought we were going to talk about it, and then you said that you didn't watch it. I came prepared.
We'll talk about it then, sir. Go for it. You can spoil me. I mean, it's not like I don't know about Ric Flair's life.
Oh, they talk about Ric Flair's life.
Oh. Well, then there you have it. And the thing, you don't even have to watch the damn thing now. They talk about Ric Flair.
Yeah. You know what? Okay, so seriously though, they saying something?
Well, Robert's saying it won't be near the quality of Okada versus Omega, but I'm sure they'll tell a solid story. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. If anything, whatever the wrestling ability doesn't make up for, the storytelling
will.
The storytelling in the match will tell.
If anybody's clever enough to pull off clever storytelling, it's going to be Jericho.
When in doubt, bust out the list.
In the middle of the match?
Yes.
What if he doesn't bring the list of Jericho, but the list of moves? Like, he'll have like a list of Jericho clipboard, but like the fucking scrolling fucking printer paper.
Not for nothing, but like just the promo that he was doing on that with the announcement, that was like a different tone Jericho. You know, that was like a darker, serious, more grittier Jericho.
He was wearing a leather jacket.
Yeah.
And he had his hair all slicked back.
Yeah. And he had
scruff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The scruff was what did it.
All right.
Anyway.
Okay, back to the 30 for 30.
Oh, 30 for 30.
30
yes.
for 30, yes.
It's actually like 30 for like 90 because it's like an hour and a half long.
Really?
But so like
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, it was good. It was but most of the stuff, about half the stuff we saw on there was stuff we've already seen. We know how he got into wrestling.
Right.
We know about the plane crash. We know how he got and where he went, blah, blah, blah. But it was like the in-between stuff that they were talking about that really like kind of captivated you to watch, because he didn't hold back on anything. Like when he was being asked questions about his marriage, about drinking, about everything else.
About his son?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They cover all that. They in some of the I knew like when they started talking about Reed, and then they interviewed Charlotte, you know, also and about that, and you know,
Waterworks,
all the Flairs, you know, they like to
yeah.
And when I see that,
It got you.
Yeah, got me. Waterworks.
Somebody was cutting onions.
Yeah, bastards. But you know, because I mean, it's a sad story. I mean,
yeah,
because in the middle of all this, getting to what happened to his son, and then you know, Ashley, you know, he's talking about, and they're just tearing up, like just mentioning his name.
Yeah.
And you know, remembering that day that it happened and making the phone call and everything like that. But before leading up to that, they spent a whole time talking about his alcoholism, like drinking, alcoholism, drinking, talking about how many beers he had a day. He like drink like 10 beers like every day, going from the airport to the bar, and then when he gets to the bar, it's like 5 martinis or something, or 5 whatever drinks, a daily basis. And they talk about that, and he had a therapist, and he made his therapist crazy about talking about how much he drinks. Like, you shouldn't be alive. He's like, how are you still alive? I'm like, I don't know, but because he's a good storyteller too. Like, he's entertaining to listen to. There's a lot of footage. He was talking about his first match, and they had some footage. I don't know if that was his first match they actually showed, but there was some interesting footage that you don't normally see, other than the WWE and WCW. But they do have footage of that. And they talk about WrestleMania 8, the build-up. They talk about, you know, that could have happened, that didn't happen. They have little interviews with Hulk Hogan and like Arn Anderson. There's like different people throughout his career that they talk to. They even go into TNA, and they show footage from TNA also.
Oh, nice.
Because they even talked about, he never saved money. He retired. Shawn Michaels, they interviewed Shawn Michaels about retiring him at WrestleMania. And then they talked about, well, Jim Ross interviewed him, and they're like, well, he never saved money. And that's when they show clips of him in 2010 at TNA, and going crazy in the wheelchair and everything, and all that stupid shit. And talking about, they show matches of him getting bloodied up in those cage matches and shit. And it's like, yeah, you know, he had to do it to make money, you know, because he didn't save any. So, I mean, it was very, like, there's some emotional stuff to, there's some heavy stuff they talk about, but on the flip side, there's some funny stuff too about just him and his crazy lifestyle that he led. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But they have the interview set up to where, the documentary set up to where they filmed 2 interviews with him.
Okay.
In 2015 and 2017. And they kind of cut back and forth between these interviews to show like his thoughts on different things, and
Okay.
so it's very interesting. I mean, it's definitely worth. I know Chris said he's going to look for it on iTunes. It's worth the buy. I mean, hour and a half. I mean, it's a full length, thing. So
It was on ESPN, but you could buy it probably
I think
on
so.
like
That's what
iTunes or some shit.
He was looking for it. Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know if I'm assuming you can buy it somewhere.
Okay.
But if not, check your DVRs. Check your local listings.
Flair's liver is going to tap out from cirrhosis.
It hasn't yet.
Yeah.
God damn.
I almost went to the Ted DiBiase movie too. Wait, there was a movie about Ted DiBiase?
Yeah, about his redemption and everything.
An ESPN movie?
No, it's an actual fucking movie. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Interesting.
We actually, me and Chris went to go see Thor.
Oh yeah.
And before that, they had like
Ragnarok.
All right. So before that, they have like these different events, like Fathom events and things like that, where they have like different special showings. And one of them was for the Ted DiBiase. It was funny because like it starts off with his laugh. That's how the trailer starts. I was like,
nice.
So our ears kind of perked up, like what?
Yeah.
So, but it's talking about his like, I guess, his drug life and everything else, and everything in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
and his redemption to religion and being a pastor and everything else, and all that. That's what it's mainly about. It's the redemption story. So,
okay, cool.
So, yeah, if you like Ted DiBiase, if you like money and fame and religion, there you go. Anyway,
we got enough of that here with Joel Osteen, right?
Oh,
okay. Are we done? Is your 2 hours up? Did I get my money's worth?
just about.
Okay. Well then, I guess that's it for this evening. Adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
Go get your fix at Wrestling Relapse.
Yes.
Facebook.com/Wrestling Relapse.
Yes.
And wait for the podcasts.
Yes. And then we'll have another HWR out same time next week, Wednesday nights.
Oh, this isn't your series finale?
No, this.
I thought this was the bookend since the two first guys.
I just want to let everybody know there's not any confusion. Hit subscribe, thumbs up.
Well, if they're watching us now, they're already subscribed.
Well, they should be. Yeah. I don't know. This Daniel guy's pretty new. I don't think I've ever seen him in the chat before. What's up, Daniel? Thank you for joining us. Robert, always good to see you. Ryan was there. Scott from Scotland.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Right?
Yeah.
He's all right.
I think there were some other people in here too. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. But yeah, thanks. All right. We done?
Yeah.
I need to go use the bathroom.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
All right.
I could just use the kiddie bowl right here.
That's not a kiddie bowl. That's a water bowl, dumbass.
Well, it's for the kiddies.
Ay, Jesus. All right.
They won't know the difference. My computer's asking for updates. Come on, let's do it. Let's get out of here.
All right. Bye, everyone.
My new computer.
Yeah.
Ooh.